Welcome to another episode of Thursday Night Tackle Bites. I'm your host, Victor Lynch here. And this week I want to talk about fishing line and how important it can be. And obviously, it's something that we all use and something that we all have an opinion about. And we all have our favorites and you know, how we like to use it and when we like to use it. But I want to talk about what I like to use, and it's year round when I throw on every one of my Shimano's or spooled up with it, is high seas fishing line. This stuff is extremely good. As you can see, it's 100% copper, but it's fluorocarbon coated, and we're going to talk about what that means. I'm actually running a little low on it right now. That's the first one I bought so far. I need to buy some more, but anyways, I want to explain why I feel like this line is some of the best out there on the market. I've went through a lot of it, guys. I've went through the Trilene Vanish. I've went through the Trilene Big Game Berkeley. I've went through that red line that's supposed to disappear underwater. Seaguard, that high dollar, $20 a spool stuff. I've went through it all, guys, and it's all trial and error. And this line right here is hands down probably the best line I've ever thrown. And for the price of it, you can't beat it. And guys, if they're going to sponsor Jimmy Houston and Bill Dance, you know it's got to be good, because you know them guys don't do nothing but catch big bass. But anyways, this is some of the best line I feel like is out there on the market right now. I've used this for the last couple of years. I came by it by accident in Michigan one time fishing for smallmouth, where I needed some line. Found this in Dick's Sporting Goods and loved it ever since. And I've spooled on everything from my jig rod, spinnerbait, crankbait, square bill. It's on everything. And I want to talk to you about what makes this line so good and all of its advantages and actually some of its disadvantages. So I want to get into that. But first, before we get into that, guys, I want to send a big shout out to this husband and wife couple. I don't know them at all, but this weekend they had an incredible weekend out on Sharon Harris Lake. They brought in a 46-pound sack out there. And I just want to say congratulations to you guys. I seen the video of those fish getting weighed in. They were huge, and that was a mega sack. I've never seen anything like that before. It would take me all year to catch 46 pounds out on Sharon Harris Lake. But congratulations, guys. Just want to throw that out there. I know that's taking up, that's swarming the fishing world right now out there on Facebook. I've seen it everywhere so far as Jonathan Van Dam sharing it. So anyways, getting back to the line. Let's break down this line. Let's first talk about its high seas. And we're going this is a Kopplmeyer line. As you can see, it's 100% Kopplmeyer. Let's talk about what Kopplmeyer is. This line, Kopplmeyer, is a very abrasive resistant line. It's a very new line. It's not that old of a line out there on the market as compared to monofilament, which is the very first line with all that came out. But this line, is very abrasive resistant, and another plus to this line is it's very slick. It's got a very slick coating, outer coating, which helps zing through those guides on your rods easy, and you're just getting that line out there faster and farther without friction slowing it down. And also this line, it's got the fluorocarbon coat on it, so that's going to help this line stay really invisible under the water, virtually invisible, and that plays a big factor in a clear water environment, and also like in a jig fishing, definitely finesse fishing, shaky head, drop shot. But that fluorocarbon coating is probably the biggest reason I throw it, because I'm a fluorocarbon guy. That's what I like to throw. Another plus to the Kopplmeyer is that with that also, as I was talking about, it's a slick outer coating. It provides great knot strength, and that's what you're looking for. Especially on a jig, because when you're fishing a jig, you usually got a hammer down hook set. And you don't want that bad boy breaking when you set back on it. So it's got that slick coating. So when you pull that knot down tight, it's not creating a lot of heat and friction in there, it's not putting a lot of wear and tear on that line. That's why you see a lot of guys spit on their line as they tie it. So that helps out a whole lot, and I still spit on it, but that's just something you don't have to worry about. It's just one of the factors you can take out of it. But like I was saying, guys, I'm a fluorocarbon kind of guy. I like to throw that. It's what all my Shimano reels are spooled up with. It comes in handy in most situations. I don't have many situations where I need to switch to a different line, honestly. Another pro to the Koppelmeyer line is it comes in smaller diameter, and that comes in play again with the virtually invisible underwater, because the smaller diameter, it's going to be harder for that fish to see the line if it's in like I say, in a clear water environment, especially on a jig, because most of the time that fish, sometimes when it's about to bite that jig, it's sitting there on the bottom, and they can get that chance of looking at it. But a con to this Koppelmeyer line would be that it sinks. And so that doesn't make it the greatest for topwater lures, because, it takes away some of the action from that. And so you may want to spool up with monofilament, because it will float and give you that much more action, because if the line is sinking, it's pulling that bait down just that much, and it could be taking away some very productive action that you're just not going to get with this certain type of line. And I have noticed that it can take away from it. But a lot of the times, I'll keep that same line on there. I don't find that big a deal with it, but if they're real finicky, I see the difference in them. One more pro to the Koppelmeyer line is it sinks. So if you're a big crankbait fisherman like I am, it helps you get that big deep crankbait down there that much faster. So that can help you out a whole lot when you're deep diving crankbaiting. And it plays a huge factor. Another deal, like I was saying, it's abrasive resistance, so that plays a huge factor when you're deep diving. I throw a 10-pound test on my deep diving crankbait, even though I'm throwing around road beds and the rocks and everything else. I check it periodically, but even on 10-pound tests, this line holds up really good abrasive wise, and I'm still tying after every fish I catch and everything like that. But it's a good quality line, guys, and I'm telling you, for $8 for 300 yards, you can't go wrong with it. This line is definitely some of the top-notch stuff out there. They sell all kind of different lines. They got their monofilament, 100% fluorocarbon, which is some really great stuff. And they've got all kind of saltwater series out there, leaders, lures. They've got a whole wide arrangement of stuff out there. But to me, for bass fishing, this Grand Slam fluorocarbon coated 100% Koppelmeyer line is some of the best stuff I've ever used for bass fishing. And I would recommend this highly to anybody else out there who's having trouble with their line right now, who's thinking about trying something else. Guys, give them this stuff right here, and I promise you they will like it. This is some really good stuff, and who knows? It could be something you use from now on, just like me. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you took something away from it. And like always, please go check out our website at CarolinaOutdoorMagazine.com. We're still working on those sweet baits Jim's pouring up for us. We've got some sweet plastic baits and all kind of other deals he's got going on the website. Some good looking stuff out there, guys. We hope you go out and check our Facebook page, Carolina Outdoor Magazine, TV, radio. Guys, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.